Hello there. It's been a while since I actually posted anything on this channel, but I just wanted to share with you a new product I've got, and it's a set of brushes and tools to create your very own medieval houses. It could be used for 3D printing, tabletop, hobbies, anything you like. But I'll give you a demo. So, to start with, we have a basic scene like this. It's just got a simple plane at the back and a rock base. What I'm going to do is use prefabs to show you how quickly we can actually make something. I've got the prefabs loaded at the moment. You can see them at the top. If I hit M on the keyboard, you get an idea of what they look like. So let's pick a basic base. You draw them out. As you've inserted them, the piece you drew it onto has been masked. It gives us the opportunity to actually have a little bit of a play about before we commit. That's not too shabby. Back into edit mode. Here's your best friend, split mask points. The moment you do that, you can go in with another insert. I'm just going to get rid of this back plane now because we don't need it. Okay, so let's find a nice top floor for this house. I think I'll have this one. I'll just draw it out onto the surface. Rotate. And move it into position. Let's increase the scale and the width. Oops. Width. Move it up. Move him back and nestle him in slightly. So that's a basic house using the prefabs. There are so many others, but I'm going to split the mask points. And there's our house. What we have got is the wood insert brushes. Again, if I hit M on the keyboard, in edit mode of course, M on the keyboard, we've got multiple pieces from roofs, shelves, staircases, canopies, balconies, beams. We need some bracing under this house to actually give it some strength and support. So let's pick this one. And we literally just draw him out on the surface, turn him around, move him into position, split mask points. We shall play a drinking game where you take a shot every time I say split mask points. Bring him over. Now we've got two substantial wooden supports. Back into draw mode. Do the same at this side. Let's pick something different though this time. Pick one of... This is a nice one. Draw this one out. A little bit too chunky, so we can scale him down. Move him into position. Split mask points. Take a drink. Duplicate. Move it over. And that, in essence, is how easy it is to actually make a house using the prefabs. I'm going to go back to the prefabs brush just to show you. Let's do something silly. We could bring in something like this. While that previous piece is still masked, we can join the two. Just add an extension and a doorway. Just move this out a little bit further. Back into edit mode. Select this rock base. And we'll scale it a little bit bigger. Back into edit mode. There. In edit mode again, we could add some windows to this roof. Draw it out. Move it. Make it shorter. So we've lost this plot on this one. Let me bring this back out again. We'll make him longer. We'll bring him back in. Split mass points. In Moments, with all of the prefabs, you can build unlimited buildings and houses and shapes and forms. You could make a 3-story building. It's that creative. Anyway, that was the first way of making things. In this next sequence, I'm going to show you how to use the pre-decimated, pre-detailed insert brushes. See you in a second. Okie dokie. This brush is house base insert. Hit M on the keyboard and you've got lots and lots of pre-detailed, pre-decimated insert points. They average about 500,000 polys each. Sounds like a lot. Is to give you the option eventually of just decimating these down further. So let's bring in a house base. Something interesting. Okay. Draw them out. We will move him forward slightly, and we maybe increase his scale. We're overlapping slightly there, but it's completely freeform. You do whatever you like. Gotta sound like Bob Ross. Okay, so split on mass points. I'm going to turn off that back plane again, we don't need it. Let's find an upper floor for this house. I think this one. Draw him out. Zoom out slightly. Position him in space. Bring him over here. Scale him down slightly. Manipulate. Move him over. Scale. I'll just show you the polymesh here, you might be interested. It's actually been pre-decimated so it only retains the detail information where we need it. And we do have those VDM brushes, I'll show you that after this sequence. So we've got him in place. I'm kind of happy with that. Take a shot, split mass points. I'm not encouraging drinking, by the way, it just seems like a sensible thing to say. Woodwork insert brush again. Lots of choice. We're going to insert a door here first. If we scoot over to the right hand side and pick this door, literally draw it against the surface, zoom in, and rotate him into position. We can scale him down and stretch him until he's doing what we want him to do. Now he's at a quirky angle, I'll just turn that around. Zoom out, take a shot, split mass points. Back in edit mode, we need some nice windows. We could pick this one. Draw this one in. Zoom in. I'm actually going to switch to using my Wacom because my mouse is letting me down. Get him in position. Stretch him out. Move him into position. Check the depth. It's always nice to have a bit of depth there. Split mass points. You can now duplicate, move him over. Back into edit mode. Let's look for a nice arch window here. Here we go. Draw this guy out. There we go. Move him up. Split mass points. Spin him round. It's the same on this side. Move him up. Check the depth. That's nice. Split mass points. Back into edit mode. Let's do something. These are nice here. Scale over here. Just rotate him. Make him slightly rectangular. Make him slightly taller. Check the depth. Now, split mass points. Duplicate. Move them over. Gives us a nice space here to add a beam shortly. So, that's the upstairs windows. Let's do the downstairs. What have we got here? Again, we'll go for 2 of these. And sorry if you can hear a noise. I've got a 6-month-old cockapoo puppy who thinks I'm talking to her. Rotate slightly. Split mask points. Duplicate. And let's do the ones on this side. I'll do the 6 pane windows. We'll do 3 of these. Insert. Rotate slightly. Bring him over. Split mask points. Duplicate. Duplicate. Now there's windows at the back. Just for the sake of this demo, I will just keep on inserting the same window. Scale. Make him bigger. How is he on the depth? He can go back a little bit. Split mask points. Duplicate. Move him over. Duplicate. Move him over. Okay, just this back window to do. Let's do something silly. What have we got? Will this fit? Change the scale. Bring him out. There we go. Split mask points. Zoom out and have a look where we are. Okay, we're starting to get that real medieval quirkiness now. So move this down. Back in edit mode, let's put some roofs on here. Oh no, actually, let's do beams first. Beams is more sensible. Nice selection of beams. I'm going to pick a longer one for here. I'm going to stretch him out to the correct length. I'm going to insert him into the wall like that. So we've got lots of wood protruding. Split mask points. Duplicate. Move him over. Duplicate. Move him down. I might just give him a bit of variety. Just rotate him. There. Duplicate. Move him over. There we go. Back into edit mode. Pick another nice beam. This one's actually got heavy duty nails as part of the surface. So always nice to have an overlap. I'm actually just going to pull him in slightly there. That looks better. Split mask points. Duplicate. And move him over. Duplicate. Move him over. And let's just get a little bit more variety in. Edit mode, beam, rotate the beam. Make it slightly narrower on all faces. Get him in there. Draw, split mask points. Okay, we need a wider beam here, so let's pick this one. Scale, move. There we go, that's nice. Split mask points. Duplicate, move him up to about here. Make him shorter, make him more pronounced, and now we've got a windowsill. Duplicate, move him up, make him narrower. The load bearing up here isn't as hard. Oh, actually, while we're here, we can duplicate and move that across. Use that on these windows as well. Lots of reuse. And again, duplicate, give him a bit of variety, just spin him round because we're going to widen him again. Bring him down. Move him in slightly. Duplicate again. Move him up. Make him slightly narrower. And again, got the opportunity to have a windowsill that intersects these wooden panels. Back into edit mode. Okay, now I think is the time to put the roof on. A few different variations. We'll try this one though first. We'll just bring him out, estimate vaguely as big as you think you need it to be. Make sure we've got a nice overhang and intersect it nicely. Clear mask points. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm just going to hit Alt and reset this so that I can spin it around and move it into place. Now it needs to come out a little bit further. Back into edit mode. Find a nice beam. We can move this onto the top of the house and scale him down. Oh. There you go, split mask points. Here's the fun bit, we need some nice strong supports onto this one as well, so zoom in. Let's draw out some supports on this face. Oh, these are heavy duty. Scale, turn him around, make sure he intersects nicely. Split by mask points, duplicate, move over. And I think we will duplicate, move him over, and bring him in here. There. Duplicate this one, move him over. Let's see what we can do on the back. On the back we can do something more interesting. We could have one of these braces. Split by mask points, duplicate, move him over. We'll get some beams on this ground floor. I don't want to go too far with this video, but I do want to show you what you can do in real time. The demo houses I made took about 20 minutes each. I'm actually doing a speed run of that process here. Scale them up. Make sure we get a nice overhang for dimension and depth. Split by mask points, duplicate, move him over. Okay, back into draw mode. Let's get some support beams around here. Rotate, scale, get that intersecting nicely. Here's a quirky angle. And my dog's barking. What you've got here are some nice detail pieces. We'll move him in slightly. Split by mask points. I'm sick of saying that. Move him over. Duplicate. Move him over. Duplicate. Move him over. So I'm hoping you're seeing how quickly you can actually ideate and make something. Spin this round. I've got to watch I don't get carried away and make this too long a video. I've got other things to show you. So there is that there. Split by mask points. Duplicate. We will bring him over. We will just rotate him slightly. And we'll move him so he intersects, and we'll move him across here. Oh, we need some supports under this piece. So, let's get something nice and physical. Think like a medieval builder. Everything they made was big, heavy oak. So, split by mask points. Duplicate. Move him over. Very heavy duty, that piece. Possibly too heavy duty. I'll just shrink him down. Move him in. Keeping it organic. So this is the principle of using the pre-detailed decimated bases with the rest of the brushes. I could keep going. Other brushes we've got as well, we've got this, which is walls and fences. If you wanted to, you could actually start to create a wall on the outside of your property. Move them into position. We've got corner pieces. There's so many things we can do. What else have we got to demo? Edit mode. We've got a metalwork brush. It's just got a few pieces. Medieval houses have lots of bracing going through the side of the house. It's basically a huge column of steel to the other side. I'm actually going to make a mess of this on purpose now just to show you. But we've got gratings, door handles. It's all there. So that's the basics of using some of the brushes. I haven't demoed the stone brush. Bear with me. Here's a stone brush. M on the keyboard. Let's put some steps in here. So, draw out some steps. Make them wider, make them narrower, and move them into position. Split by mass points. So now, you've seen how quickly we can ideate something. In the next video, I want to show you the VDM brushes, because I think more advanced users will enjoy that process. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so it's the basic setup again with the plane in the back so we can draw something out. And in this low poly brush, we've just got basic shapes and forms. I'm just going to demo what the VDM brushes do. I'll pick something slightly quirky. So, here's a nice base. It's super low poly. All I've actually done is crease the edges so that it maintains its shape and form when we do eventually subdivide. I'm just going to stretch him slightly, move him back, rotate him. I'll show you the geometry. It's very simplistic at this stage, but again, split by mass points. And I'm going to turn off that plane as I did before. So, we have this basic mesh. In edit mode, I'm going to subdivide him into a horrifying level that you're going to think, oh my god, Pete, what are you doing? 11.2 million polys. But we need this information to use the VDMs, because the VDMs will give you the ability to create something completely original. Let's use the door first. You might need to turn your focal shift down. Nope, I don't like that one. Let's do this one. So there's a door in there and it's stretching. What we're going to do, we are going to hit backface mask. We're just going to temporarily mask this, invert the mask, and draw out our door. Lots of control Zing when you're doing this, but it becomes instinctive and it suits the style of medieval building, which was all over the place. So now we've got an insert there. Let's get some insert windows. Again, I've got backface on, so that it draws out these windows into the surface. Let's do something cool on the side. You could have a larger door here, almost like a stable. There are other brushes in here as well, so you can actually do some surface detailing. There's this as well. So if you wanted to do some inset round windows, you can. You might be thinking, what are the advantages of using these? Well, one is you're not actually interlacing different meshes. This is still the same mesh. We can decimate this down really effectively. Multiple windows, different styles. Let me go over. Lots of window insets as well. So with a combination of these, we can use our wooden inserts. So I might have to pause the video in a second, but I'll just show you how well this maintains its integrity when you decimate 11 million polys down to, I don't know, just under a million. Be back in a second. Okay, and we're back. We've gone down from 11 million polys to 908,000. So look at the mesh. Again, all the interesting geometries in the detail. But from this point, this is where you can go back to your wood brush and start going in with the details again. There's all sorts in here. You can draw out balconies. I'm going to make a mess of this one, aren't I? Split mass points. There's even a staircase you can use on a larger building. That allows you to link all the floors. Split mass points. Even these covered canopies can be useful. You're almost building an extension on the side of your property. What I need to show you next is how we can actually use these meshes for 3D printing. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so here's one of the demo houses I made. It's made up of dozens and dozens of separate pieces. Not ideal for 3D printing. We do need to merge these and hopefully eradicate any intersecting geometry. So what I do, go straight to the top subtool, click on make it a start and make boolean mesh. Let it process. Inevitably you're going to see some issues, several warnings, blah blah blah. Let's jump over and look. What I know that means is that somewhere inside this house there will be some rogue geometry. Let's hit double and we'll just have a look inside. It doesn't look too bad on the surface, but I do know there's pieces of geometry that your slicing software will not like. So the solution I found is to Control W to make it all one polymesh. Then hit Auto Groups and let it process. What it's done is isolated and made polygroups of all the pieces that are floating geometry inside. We actually want to retain this one, so I'm going to click that. Then I'm going to switch back to the outer skin and delete hidden and Control W. Now, in theory, we have a watertight mesh that you can 3D print, and it's at quite a reasonable size of 1.8 million polys. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. I'm just going to actually open up a plane, make him a polymesh, and show you some of the other brushes that we haven't touched in this demo. So to scale, we've got fence panels, we've got strange shaped domed roofs, we've got bracings, we've got the balconies we've talked about, we've got shutters, we've got staircases. Let's go over to ironwork. Again, got all of these pieces that you can fix to the front of a door. We'll go over to the stone. This has got some nice pieces in where you can actually build walls. Completely clad a house in walls. You could build a wall around the house. We've got mantles for fireplaces. We've got chimneys. We've got walls with recessed windows, so you can insert some windows into those. It's almost infinite. I can't do the maths, I'm not a mathematician, but I'm pretty sure we're near infinite possibilities of building a house. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you have some fun with the houses. I know I've had fun making it. It's nearly been 2.5 months of my time. I'm not active on YouTube as often as I should be, but if you do like this, I really would appreciate if you liked and shared it. Anyway, coming soon, we've got a few extra pieces. We've got the Viking village, castles and crypts, and an orc maker. They should be landing in the next month. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.